Welcome to Dress to Kill, your favorite fashion in action movie podcast. Today we are covering Charlie's Angels from the year 2000, which is very special to all of us involved, me, Elma, and our special guest, everything's special today, Erica Eaton, who is a fashion student at Parsons and a very best friend of Elma and mine since we were little, since we were around 10. So we saw this movie together when it came out back in the day in the year 2000. We had so much fun recording this episode, but we had quite a few technical difficulties, so please bear with us. Thank you. Especially if you're watching the video, you might notice some more of those. By the way, speaking of video, this is a video episode, and we dressed accordingly. We all did low-key cosplays of the characters in the film. Call them vibe plays, maybe? We hope you enjoy this. As usual, find us on our Instagram at dressedtokillpod for fun, cute Instagram posts, and especially the outfits that we chose today. And find us on Twitter at DTKPOD. Please let us know what you think about the movie, if you've seen it, if you love it, even if you don't love it. We'd love to hear from you. Enjoy! I'm so excited for this episode because we are doing video today. Yes, very cool. And we have special guest Erica Eaton, our BFF from Baby Time and Adult Time, and who's fashion student.
I'm a fashion student, yes. Thank you for having me.
Baby Time, Adulty, fashion.
Yeah.
And we grew up with this movie. I think we actually saw this movie before we met each other. I was trying to think date. Oh, no, 2000. No. Sorry. I'm thinking of the last movie, 1994, that we did.
No, yeah. This was, I think we were friends already.
This was 7th grade. We were definitely
correct.
Friends.
This was prime.
Yeah. Prime. Exactly.
We are recording too many of these at a time.
This was
for me to keep it straight. I'm like, that was yesterday's recording.
Memories.
Excuse me.
2000, we were all already friends at Waldorf School, and I remember how much of an impact this had on us because like the music was everywhere. It was on MTV all the time. We even had a choreographed dance to the Independent Woman that we did with our dance,
but like through a dance teacher,
through a
not
dance
like
teacher.
a personal choreography.
Okay, I was like, what?
I'm like, the way you're describing that sounds like the other style of dances.
No, we went to dance classes together, and the song was used in it. It was very much our
soundtrack. This soundtrack of this movie was
huge. It was huge.
Everything. Yeah.
So good. Still,
I think Alana and I used it in a number of our short films.
No, I talked about this in an episode that I don't know if it's coming out before, after, during, I don't know, but in an episode without you, Erica. So sorry. So sorry. Elma and I were on an episode and I was talking about spy stuff and I was like, let me tell you, Erica and I shot basically an entire short film secret spy thing where we were like spy girls together. That was the first time I was meant to like edit something and like put it to, like we shot scenes and clips separate from each other, not in camera editing. And we never got around to it. I never edited it. But we had a full storyline and everything as female secret spies. Yeah. And this soundtrack was the song soundtrack we used.
Amazing. I mean, I listened to the soundtrack so much. And you know what I learned this time around was the director, McG. I guess this was his first huge...
he was a music video director before this.
Exactly. I didn't know that.
Okay, before this, I was like, Elma, because usually the Not Bond, I look up more trivia. And I was like, oh, Elma, I didn't look up any trivia for this one. And she was like, don't worry, I did. And I'm just realizing now, I'm like, the reason I didn't have the instinct is because I'm so obsessed with this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time that I'm like, oh, I already knew some trivia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense that he's a music video director because the music is used so well in the movie and also super of the time. You hear Blur, Prodigy, Fatboy Slim, Aerosmith, all the stuff, Destiny's Angels.
And it's like little, he does little vignettes in his visuals, which is very music video rather than having them all come together. But because it's like so playful and fun, they all come together really well, I think.
It does, yeah. I know. I loved this watch. Like it definitely holds up. The fashion, I remembered almost all of it, but it was still so fun to like rediscover and see it again.
Yeah.
So Erica, tell me how is it for you watching it this time around? Or when was the last time you saw it even?
Yeah, I probably haven't watched it in at least 10 years, maybe like 15.
Me too.
So it was fun. I also remembered everything. because we probably watched it so many times when it first came out. But I also was laughing because Y2K fashion is like so in right now.
Yeah.
And this movie kind of reminded me that like, oh, Y2K fashion can also be kind of like weird and understated instead of like colorful and chic. It was like,
yeah,
why are you wearing that with that and think it's okay? So
that is exactly, there is a sect of Y2K fashion that is exactly that. Why are you wearing that with that? But I don't think of it as much as Y2K. I think of that as the early 2000s because that's the part that I feel like carries over into 2010.
Y2K.
Well, I mean, it starts in Y2K, but I feel like this type of thing is a little more Y2K, and then as soon as it hits 2003, the other shit takes over so hard that I think of it more as the 2000s. This idea of like, why would you wear those things together?
Yeah.
Y2K.
So I had a couple of moments of that in this movie, and I laughed.
That's what Y2K means. Y2Kether.
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 Why would you wear that together with that?
So, yes. Do we need to mention who's in this movie? Because the cast is amazing.
Oh, let's just do it.
I think.
Oh, also, I was going to say, you guys are talking about how we watched this. You're like, I think I haven't seen it in 10 years.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know I don't need to ask you. You probably watched it last
year, probably, and the year before, and the year before.
Yeah.
When I looked it up, I was like, I don't even remember which movie we're doing. They're both so good.
Yeah. I had one thought when this movie started, and it was about an outfit, and I thought, I really hope it's in this movie and not in the sequel because I love it.
Oh, was it in this or the Seek?
This one. It was in this one.
Yay.
Frick,
okay.
yeah.
Can't wait to hear.
I know you guys probably already know it's one of my tops.
Yeah, there's so many. There's
Dude,
so many.
I don't know. There are so many. I'm just hoping we pick different ones because when we do an episode with 2+ people, we do only 3 looks each.
Yeah.
But we have honorable mentions if not. Okay,
yeah, exactly. We have honorable mentions.
On men's.
We'll just get into it.
But yeah, the amazing cast is Cameron Diaz as Natalie, Drew Barrymore as Dylan, Lucy Liu as Alex.
Okay, Alex. I kept thinking once we got into it, I'm like, they never say her name. They say Dylan pretty often. They say, do you hear them say Alex? At the very beginning, of course, the beginning, they're introducing you to the characters. They say the names are often. But once you get deeper into the movie, I feel like I hear them say Dylan more. I don't hear them say... or Natalie, because Natalie's dating someone. I think it's because the people they're seeing, like the boyfriends, Lucy Liu has like a consistent boyfriend who's not using her name. He's calling her like babe and shit. And the other two, it's more like
new people.
I don't know. I think if you did a name count, I think you'd. This is maybe just in my mind, but I feel like they say her name a lot less. Character name.
I don't remember, but I do. I know that what's his name, Joey. Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, Joey. He's basically playing Joey.
Yeah. Joey does say
no,
it.
He's playing Matt LeBlanc.
He's playing Matt LeBlanc.
And
Joey
also,
is Matt LeBlanc.
I think what's his name says it.
Bosley, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Murray as Bosley. Perfect. I love Sam Rockwell as the villain.
I had a male hater watch this movie with me.
A what?
A male hater. He doesn't hate males, but a hater on this movie who is male. Which
God.
I had to point out because most people who are haters on this movie are males. I feel like they don't get it. And I'm like, whatever. Let me do it and watch. I had a male hater watch this movie with me and he kept walking by and like not quite watching. And then he'd see a moment and be like, oh, this, and then sit for a while and watch. And I was like, I'm sorry, who's a hater on what? I was getting very spiteful.
Okay,
but one of them was Bill Murray.
Yeah, he's great in it.
The cast is amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's and also what
and
Ricky
the movie's
said.
Amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
My husband kept walking by too.
Was he a male hater on this?
But no, he's not a hater. I was like, do you remember that? I was like, do you like this movie? He's like, at the time, yeah, I remember like liking it.
And
he
like,
kept
now I hate it.
And then he kept coming by and just sitting there watching with me. And yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, and he's like, yeah, it was an amazing cast. I was like, it really is. Yeah. They were perfect in each of their characters.
Perfect Bublés. Michael Bublé's. The hater that kept going by me, he will be known as male hater.
Male hater.
Out of the spite I had for how much he was like, this movie, da-da-da. And I was like, ugh, let's see. Partway through, he goes, oh, I think I confused this with Coyote Ugly.
Oh my God. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
First of all, I also love that movie, but I get it because it's not as good.
Yeah, it's also
Coyote Ugly. I don't like that movie.
I just like it because it's fun.
It's fun.
I like to dress
fun.
up and be a girl.
It's fun.
I like to dress up and be a girl.
That's how I
watched
feel
it a
about
lot.
it. I'm like, let's put it on mute. I don't care. Just put it on so I can look.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I also
But then
haven't
how
seen
will
that
you
one
hear her
since it
beautiful
came out.
cassette recording of her songs?
Dude, I didn't remember that at all. All I remember is like, that's pretty. Okay, so should we mention the costume designer?
Yes, the costume designer is a guy who worked on a bunch of 90s stuff. Okay, Joseph G. Olisi, who also did both of this era Charlie's Angels, Die Hard with a Vengeance, which one I love, and what else did he do?
Did he do that Mystery Peoples? No, that's recent. Sorry, just
He
kidding.
did like Pink Panther, a bunch of kind of comedy type
Glitter.
with Mariah Carey,
Stepmom, Twilight. Wait, 1998. That's a different Twilight.
Yeah, different Twilight.
Okay, so he did a bunch of like late 90s, early 2000s.
You know, he did a bunch before and after. He did a bunch, but those are identifiable by us, I think.
Yeah, but I would
Stepmom
say Charlie's
is
Angels is the most exciting.
Cheaper by the dozen too. So like, you know,
Yeah.
he knows what he's.
R.I.P. designer for Cheaper by the Dozen 1. They did not like them.
And then directed by McG. I think we already talked about
Musi
that.
Video de Lector.
Uh-huh. And
should we get into our looks?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my God, I'm so
let's talk
excited
about
right
our
now.
favorite outfits.
Who feels like they maybe have the earliest first outfit?
Oh, I mean, maybe.
Mine
but
could be.
Mine could be also, but I'm also not sure if it's the one that I.
Chronologically, do you think your first outfit's pretty soon or pretty not?
Pretty not.
Okay, so you're not
One
going
of us is
first.
going first.
Pretty middle.
I can go first.
Early middle. So yeah, you go first.
Okay. My first outfit is Cameron Diaz's gold bikini that she shows up in
correct. Chronologically correct.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Chronologically correct.
And such a good cold open scene. I love that scene.
Yes.
Like it feels
Great.
like a Bond movie, but it's fun. You know, it's all the
It's
like
a
girl
comedy
fun.
Bond movie.
cheesy
It's a girl
and-
comedy Bond movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, beep,
And
beep.
the first thing I said
Girl
was, I
combo.
forgot LL Cool J was in this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that I was
I'm
like,
sure
I
you're-
can't wait.
Yeah.
And that's another one. My male hater friend was like, LL Cool J. And I stared at him deadpan, like, yeah, LL fucking Cool J.
How can you be a hater if you don't
And
even
what?
know?
How can you be a hater if you thought it was catty ugly?
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I'll stop being spiteful now.
But yes, that gold bikini, I loved how like wide set it was because
Cammie D's got the wide set boobies.
exactly same as me, and it's so
And
hard to
me.
find cuts, yes, that fit in like that flatter small boobs. And I love how casual it looks, but it's got glitter and like the cut
Cute
is super
as shit.
simple. Yeah,
That fabric, I think, is the same as the gold one I recently got. I'm trying to do a cosplay with it, and that's as much as I'll say.
okay, cute.
But
It
anyway,
was very
same
cute. I
fab.
mean, honestly, I didn't
cute.
even see it until you sent the picture, and then I was like, oh, I just didn't see it. But I saw her
And
glow.
the sunglasses.
It's really short, and you barely see the bottom like at all.
Yeah,
There's like
barely.
a tiny bit of the tippity top of it.
And
Glasses
the
are 10 out of 10.
sunglasses.
10 out of
Yes,
10.
right.
Glasses. I took a note in my notes at the end of the movie, and I said, "How many damn pairs of colored glasses do they wear?" And then I started thinking, I actually want a count of how many pairs of colored 2000s glasses are worn in this film.
I was so upset because
16.
when we decided to
30.
do little looks, I was like, Alana has a pair of those, but they're at your house in Hawaii.
Yes, I know. I felt the same way.
I was like, oh, that would have been so
know.
good.
Bothered.
That was such a
For those listeners who don't know, Alana is a pack rat / hoarder.
Okay,
But
a
it's
very
good.
small degree.
But it's good.
To a very
because-
small degree. I have one of those glasses. Do you know how many I could have?
I she's a vintage collector.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need to defend myself. I'm going to be going on our Instagram and showing I have like 6 items. This does not make me a pack rat.
I am a pack rat, so
Elma has 10,000 times more stuff than I do.
yeah.
But but hers is
she's
like
not
Neiman
aware.
Marcus, so it's fine.
I have a lot of stuff too. Granted, I have like too much stuff for my tiny studio apartment.
But you're like a New York City in a tiny apartment, so like you probably have the least of the three of us.
Yeah,
TBH.
makes sense.
I broke my closet because it was too much stuff in it.
Yeah, but you broke your New York tiny place closet.
Yeah.
In a very understandable way, and the two of us are like
Tiny time closet. Yeah,
No.
the two of us.
California has
Anyway.
more space.
Anyway, yes, those glasses. They were so of the time trend. Everyone wanted them with the little rhinestone hearts.
I was just gonna say that I always called the glasses J-Lo glasses because I feel like she was the first person to wear it in like one of her music videos.
You know, you always called them that back then too. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like memory.
Like when they first came out, I was like
that.
J-Lo glasses because she was like the first person to.
Yeah. I feel like
I love them.
she really did the nude version, like the J-Lo gold. You know, J-Lo was just like gold, 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 gold. I'm J-Lo.
Bronze gold.
Like she would have worn that bikini with those glasses, but they would have been the gold version. But she really did like always wear those.
Okay, are you next for your first outfit?
Yeah, I'll be next. My first of all, I like your outfit. I don't know how much we talked about it. I like it.
Cute.
My first outfit is Lucy Liu's black corset in the basically when we're first introduced to her in Current Time. And I love it.
The Chinese throwing muffin scene.
Yes. Chinese throwing muffin corset.
I love it, and I'm happy you picked it because I was like, someone has to pick this.
Yeah, I was really hoping. And it's so current cute.
Super
also.
cute.
Like,
Very
I
cute.
mean, that's part of why I'm wearing this, if you can tell in the video. A corsety top.
Yeah. I love it. Like all of her leather looks, I think I was really drawn to at that age. I'm like, because you can't wear leather in Hawaii.
Oh
And
God.
Yeah.
There was a lot of leather in this movie too. Like
There
not just
was
Lucy Liu's. So many
much.
full leather outfits.
Yeah.
And I was not really into like any of them then or now. I mean, a little, but
I'm less into most of them now, but this corset one, so cute.
wait, the corset's leather?
I thought it was. Yeah.
It looks
Oh,
leather
I
to
don't
me.
know that I think it is. Okay, well,
What did you think it was? Let's discuss.
I mean, it could be an off leather, like a cheapy,
Like
look
a-
similar to, but the way in which it moved, I felt like that's too thin to be actually leather. But maybe that was just me. It is like it does have like solid boning, like it looks like it's holding in place.
definitely
fairly
shaped well, and it's strapless,
and it's got that thing going where like the bottom almost starts to like peek forward again, the bottom boning, because it's so like good on the tummy and titty.
yeah, hard to say. I thought it
Man,
was
I really
leather.
didn't think it was leather. I thought it was more shiny than leather, more like a fabric shiny. Do you know the words, you fashion students?
Like a
It's probably just leather. I don't know, but this is what it looked like to me.
polyurethane. Is that the word?
Polyurine.
That is a word.
Polyurine.
But yeah, I love that outfit. Cute, cute, cute.
Cute, cute. And the
Cute.
low-rise pants.
Yeah.
I don't know what the bottoms are,
Everything
but I assume
low-rise.
flare.
It looks great with the low-rise pants. I'm into it.
And her like straight hair. It just looks great.
Yeah. Cute.
Anyway,
Okay.
Erica.
Okay. My first choice is the Dirndl outfits.
Oh, cute.
So excited. I'm so glad you chose them. And I knew you would, and I hoped you would.
Yeah.
I was like, why
That's
aren't
my-
you wearing a Dirndl today?
Yeah, we both are mad at you.
Okay, which
Just
one though?
kidding.
Because there's two. There's the skirt one and then the shorts one.
I know. I love them all.
I know, they're so cute.
And I even love Bill Murray's lederhosen because honestly, they're most traditional out of any of these in the picture.
Yeah.
cute.
Like these are very untraditional. That's why I didn't put them as my keep because I was like, I would never wear this. Because
Guys, you should know Erica's a bit of a snob for proper culture when it comes to Germany because
Yeah,
when
I
you're
was gonna
in
say.
Germany and you wear something like a Dirndl in Germany and you wear the wrong one or it's inappropriate, you will be let know, and it's not a joke.
Okay.
Like, you clearly don't know what you're doing with the Dirndl choice you've made.
well, it's just very specific. Like, you're a 30-year-old? Why the hell are you wearing a dirndl that shows your knees, you idiot slut? Like,
Yeah, like it's
so
so
specific.
things. The cuts, the colors, whatever, they have meaning, and you're not doing it right.
Oh my gosh,
well,
that's so cool.
the way they tie the knots have all the meaning. And there's
Well,
no.
Erica knows the most.
They're not even
That's
wearing
cool.
aprons in this picture. It's so untraditional.
I know,
Oh, no.
disgusting.
Bro, no, but I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I love the little heart cutouts. I like that
It's
Cameron
so
Diaz's
cute.
lederhosen have little heart cut out pockets, it looks like.
Yes.
It's so cute, and it's such a cute
So
little like
cute.
secret costume surprise. You know, like they always wear like little cheesy costumes
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
undercover. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's so cute.
Cute. I love it. I love it. Okay. Oh shit, it's my turn again. You know how hard this was, you guys?
Guys,
I'm
this
like,
was very hard.
look, see,
I chose my number 2 for
I had
a reason.
I had 4 options, and Lucy Le Corset was number 2 in here.
Well,
So you
pick
covered
your
it.
dose.
So okay, this is really hard, but I have to put in not just ladies' outfits. So I picked Bosley's JD outfit when
he's the car guy or when he's in the thing.
When
Wait,
he-
you like this?
When he's going to the
one.
party with the high
Yes.
hat.
Okay.
Yes. I loved it so
Speak or
much.
forever hold
I
your
thought he
breath.
looked great, like with the 2 ladies at his side and like those big like
Look at
Elliot
this.
Gould style glasses, and it felt very like 70s, but he looked sharp, I thought, and the texture of the suit's beautiful. Thank you.
Interesting.
I don't like the outfit, but I thought it was, as far as costume design, very successful.
Yeah, I felt that way
What
too.
like what it wanted to do.
Yeah.
I felt like he was like a couch that came to life.
Oh, cool. Like groovy, baby. I love it.
Groovy.
All right.
Yeah.
And I loved him in the scene. I totally like
Of course.
I
Every
mean, he
scene.
was every scene. Sure.
I love that he's just talking like,
He's so good in this movie, and it makes me so sad. He's replaced in the second one, right?
He just didn't want to come back, I think. It's
Well-
not that they replaced him.
Oh, I forgot.
Well, I
this
don't know,
detail.
but it's him, and he like was super mean to Lucy Liu the whole time they were filming, and constantly
had
told her
some-
she was like a terrible actress, and like
Oh, okay.
which
Yeah.
sucks because like
By what? Who
I wanna-
said that?
oh, it's just known. It's like a known thing.
Yeah, she came out recently about the things that he said, and
Jeez.
I guess it was like she stood up for herself and said that's unprofessional. I'm not going to accept this behavior.
Yeah.
And all the girls supported her and everything. But it was so sweet. But yeah, they didn't have a good relationship.
Damn. I
I
guess that could have
know.
played into it. But I think this is very vaguely in the culture. Like, I have no idea if this is hearsay or what. But Bill Murray is supposed to be really picky about the movies he chooses. And I heard a thing that it's very difficult to get him to do a sequel. Like, he kind of has sworn off sequels.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I assumed it was just because of that. But it could have been even both. Who knows?
yeah. Well, he is so good in this movie.
Dude, I can't believe he is your look choice. This is the first time. See, you often choose things I disagree with, but like I expect it because I know your vibe.
Yeah.
This is the first time you have shocked me with your choice.
Okay. 'Cause like, how many times do I have to say this is so hard? I have a list of like
Oh,
10
I
other
know it's
ones that
hard.
I
I'm
could have
just saying.
picked in place of it. And
Regardless, your choice of this has shocked me. That it is
I-
on your list.
I think it's a successful costume design.
like
We
that
all remember
phrasing.
it very specifically in our minds.
Yeah.
And his character's supposed to be ridiculous in this scene. So I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-help guru. What was his
Oh, there's
name?
no hate.
Jonathan
It's
David
your choice.
Rage.
What can I
Yes.
say?
Um,
And his name and how they remembered his name.
Yeah.
I don't even
So good.
remember it now, unfortunately.
I don't.
Something David Rage. Jonathan or John David Rage?
John
Or some-
David. I think it was
John David
or
Rage.
John something or something John.
Yeah.
JD. It was JD.
It was JD.
Jonathan David.
Okay,
Anyway,
you're
my
number
next
2.
look, which
You're
is
second.
me, I'm second in line, works perfectly with this, so I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
My second look of 3 is Lucy Liu's red dress in this scene.
The beating.
The beaded red dress.
Okay.
Simply because there are like 15 different looks I could put here. I chose this because it's like a little moment. I don't know if you catch, but when they're leaving this party trying to chase after the bad guy and running down the stairs, she rips off the skirt. So it's like she's just wearing the red top part as a corset and she has black pants underneath.
Oh yeah, I
And then,
catched.
and by the time they get out of the stairwell, she is also, the corset's gone too. She's just in all black. So I assume, there's further movements, whatever. But the idea that the skirt is like rip offable, I was like, all right,
Hell yeah.
for function, this will be my number 2.
I love any bit of costume that can be transformed like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens a
In
lot
like
in
a
Bond
badass
movies too.
way?
And yes, in this. And you notice the wig that flies off? I was like,
oh wait, one of them. Yeah, one of them has
it's
a wig.
hers though. Because you see her hair is short black like that.
It's short.
It's short black. And then after that, it's in a ponytail. So and when I first saw it when we were kids, I was like, whose black wig is that? Like, I didn't expect that she was supposed to have been wearing a wig in that scene, but it was hers.
Oh my God, you're right. Her hair's all short.
Yeah. And then it's a ponytail in the next scene. Okay, cute.
I did not notice that.
The hair, you have got me on the hair. I didn't notice that at all. But all three of them have changed by the time they get out. And I'm like, no, not all three, just her and Drew. And by the time they get out, I'm like, right. How did Drew change though?
I know. I want to know too.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they didn't show that moment.
Maybe her dress rips off too.
Okay, cute. I love the functionality of that. Yeah. I'm less into the beating. I think we talked a lot about like beating and 2000s beating stuff previously. But I mean, I love for the separates, how it separates, and it's super striking in that scene.
And I love the corseting again on Lucy Liu. I love corseting, and I love it on Lucy Liu. And I like how sparkly it is. The way that it's done, you don't really get a close up of it, even in the watching the movie. So
I know
it's kind of mystery to me, but oh well, I'm picking it.
Yeah, cute. Nice choice.
Ari, what is your dress?
Let's see. Gotta look at my notes. Oh, my number 2 is the pit crew look. But
that's my number 3.
That's my number 3.
But it's
wait.
It's never gonna be right.
I love a misaligned internet high five. 4. Did you say 4? Yeah. Oh my God, we're totally off.
Okay.
But I specifically chose Drew Barrymore's because I liked hers the best.
Wait, weren't they cut the same? Hers is just zipped open?
Just styled
but then also
it's the styling.
They gave her like 70s Farrah Fawcett hair, which was like a nod to like the original Charlie's Angels.
So cute.
I tried to do it and I couldn't, but I did the makeup. If you're watching our video, I did the makeup from that look.
On point.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
It's so hot out here.
And then she's wearing the same glasses, the J-Lo glasses.
Yeah.
So I was like, got it.
This scene, I mean, I remember it. It's very iconic, but I was like, damn, Drew Barrymore is so hot. Yeah. Like, she looks so good in this scene. Gorgeous. She looks great. And I also picked the mechanics outfits, but just all 3 of them.
Yeah, just general.
Yeah, they're great because I love Lucy Liu's little look, you know, with the
hair that you're doing right now. If you're watching the video, Elma's hair is inspired by Lucy Liu in that scene.
So cute with the side part, and she has like a little black top underneath and looks like a little bit more professional.
I didn't see the black top.
But they all look so cute, and
they look great.
Well, they're tailored, great colors.
I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Drew's also, if it's slightly different, potentially. But
it's just the styling that makes it different.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, obviously, look, I'm trying to do the hair and makeup, so I love it.
So cute, so cute,
so cute.
Oh my God, I want that. I just want that jumpsuit in general. I would fully wear that out, just period.
I know,
also.
right?
I know that
only
you would.
on my period, though.
Only on period. Yeah. It's so cute. Lucy Liu's got knee pads and like her like tool belt on. Great.
I love that Lucy Liu is like the techie bomb diffuser one of the 3. I love that they have their identities, even though it's like a comedy and they're all interchanging and stuff. I just love it.
I know. Like their characters are so well developed, each like uniquely.
Yeah.
Like I was asking Ricky, I was like, who's your favorite? Who is your favorite? You know? Because I want to ask you guys too. He's like, I don't know. They all have their own little charm. You know, it's hard to pick. Like they all each have their own unique things that you fall in love with.
Yeah. Well, what did he didn't ever pick one, or did he land on one?
Pick one.
Okay, what are our favorites? Lou, what's yours?
Okay, when I was a kid, it was Cameron Diaz. I wanted to be like Cameron Diaz. I liked
really.
She was like about the dancing, even though she sucked at dancing.
She didn't suck.
I think the impression is supposed to be that
the impression is she doesn't dance she's like a quote unquote black dancer, I think,
or like modern dancer. She does all the old school stuff, right?
Yeah,
like the Running Man.
The impression I get is that she's not a good dancer, but she's so charming that it comes across as like cute.
Yeah.
The impression I get is just that she dances to the beat of her own drum. Not that her dancing is bad. It's just not popular.
Yeah. Not popular and a little bit stuck.
And if it's not popular, it's the worst. I'm just kidding.
If it's not popular, you can't move your body.
Words of wisdom right there. But actually, watching it this time, I mean, I definitely, I love Lucy Liu. And also as a kid, I was like, how awesome. And she was like the most famous Asian actress.
Yeah.
Like
she was the Asian in everything.
I know.
That's not in a great way, but
not in a
truly.
great way, but she was the one. loved her and all her like dominatrixy power like stuff.
Oh yeah, so fun.
I was
Her
into
leather
all of
looks.
that. Yeah. And her attitude of that too.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there is red leather and yellow leather in this movie.
Probably.
Is there yellow leather in this movie?
I was gonna say there's like a khaki-ish yellow, but I don't know if there's red.
So
Okay,
say.
let's continue to our favorites.
I don't know. So I feel like I have to pick Lucy. Not have to, but I want to pick Lucy Liu. As
But it
like,
was Drew.
Cameron.
Or
When I was
Cameron.
younger. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I was imagining Cameron Diaz.
I don't think I can pick anyone.
I know.
I think
It's hard.
I like them all equally. I probably liked Cameron Diaz the most when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, I don't know, at least aesthetically, like this movie has made me want to dye my hair red now because of Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, should I be a
It's
ginger?
so gorgeous.
I want to.
So
Dude, me too.
cute.
But also that is the hair color of my genetics. And I feel like, should I just like be back into my people?
yeah.
Are you Irish?
Yeah, I think you.
I don't know, but my dad is like white orange ginger, full direct. And when I
Maybe
was
you
born,
are
and if you
Irish.
even look now, there's a lot of orange in my hair. There's always been a lot of ginger in my
Yeah.
dirty blonde. When I was
have been
born, I had a lot of
realizing-
ginger.
Cute. That
Oh,
would be
I
so
did
cute,
not.
though.
I was
I did.
neon white hair. But I've been realizing now that like my sorry, the sound just got weird. I've been realizing now that I have so much orange in my hair, and every time I go to the hairdresser, I'm like, blue. Give me blue, cool tones. But now
And
I'm
it's
like,
hard.
maybe I just want to. I'm gonna start
with
going crazy on the
tones.
orange.
Yeah.
You know what? When I was a kid watching this movie, I wanted to dye my hair blonde because of the belly dancer scene where Lucy Liu has a blonde wig on.
But not because of the dirndl scene?
Oh, less because of the dirndl scene. I forgot about that. No, and then my mom was like, mm-mm. Which was your favorite?
Well, I always have double answers to this. Like with Spice Girls,
Gemini.
with
Yeah.
and I'm a Gemini. With Powerpuff Girls, like
Oh,
with
yeah.
all the like 3 to 5 girl type archetypey things. I struggle because maybe this is it because of the Gemini. There's always one of them that like is very me. Like clearly anyone from the outside who is like, you're this one would pick the certain one.
Yeah.
At least when I was younger. But I'm always like, I'm conflicted because I'm like partly that, but I'm also partly this second one.
Yeah,
Like
of
I
course.
don't think that personally I'm very Lucy Liu in this at all. She's the one who's like wouldn't be me. But I think I'm a very mix of Drew, like dragony Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz. But when I was younger, at least when I was less showing the more feeling sides of me, I definitely was more Cameron Diaz. And I think even now I'm more Cameron Diaz. Like the way that she woke up in that scene, I literally wake up that way. Like I literally start dancing before the sheets come off, and I literally wear almost exactly what she was wearing, and I
Yeah.
literally go to the mail office, like pick up mail without even noticing I haven't put pants on
Yeah.
yet. And then there's a moment where it's like, oh, innocent, didn't mean it to be sexual. Like, this is literally pretty exact. And the way she reacted when someone she likes is on the phone, that is me. I'll be like,
cute.
oh my god, I like it. Like I'm just very expressive in those ways, and the like kind of innocent whatever. And that's how I dance now too. Not literally how she dances, but the attitude of like, I know this isn't going to be quite right. It's just the way my body moves,
Yeah.
so I'm damn doing it. Oh well, and I'm
love
gonna
that.
be all sparkly and enjoying it. So like I for that reason I'm like, I clearly am the one.
Yeah.
But almost for that reason I like Drew a little bit more, because I'm like, that's the part of me I don't show as much. And I love Lucy Liu. I just don't think she's as
Cameron
Because I
Diaz
feel
is
like-
your sun sign and Drew Barrymore is your moon sign.
exactly.
Cute.
Or at least my rising is Cameron Diaz. Drew might be my son or my daughter.
Erica,
With my
tell us your
numero
number
tres.
3.
My number 3 is the iconic Lucy Liu full leather look.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. Wait, the
what do you mean
final one?
iconic?
It's iconic
Wait,
to
there's-
me.
There's a couple iconic
Yeah,
ones.
because I say there's multiple. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, to me,
which?
the most iconic Lucy Liu look in the whole movie is when she's going into the company to
When she's
pretend
the
to be
boss
like,
bitch.
yes, with the whip.
Yeah. Is that the one you mean?
That's the one I mean. Yeah. That's my number 3.
That's what I was
just
thinking.
because it's
Okay,
like it's so iconic. I wouldn't wear it, and I don't think it's even that good for like a movie today. But when that scene was like released, it was like, oh shit, Lucy Liu is hot as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That was my favorite when I was a kid.
Really?
Yes.
God, Elma was a little dominatrix secret.
Dude, watching it this time, I was like, damn, this really shaped like a lot of things in my head as a kid. It's very interesting.
I must hear.
Elma, go get your collection of riding props.
Yeah, the crops. Those heels that she has on too. They're pointed toe, which we talk a lot about pointed toe, but I think it's perfect for the character and everything. She played that part super well.
Also, pointed toe was in at the time. Like
it was. And
very.
with the strap too, I like it. Great outfit. It's a leather pencil skirt and a leather jacket.
Like a peplum blazer.
Pencil. Imagine writing with it.
What?
Oh, leather
you
pencil.
write in leather. I don't write in lead. I write in leather.
Yeah, but that's it.
Cute.
I love
With
it.
the glasses, a little cat eye, wireframe.
And what's her name is in that scene too? The comedian actress.
Yeah.
Yes. With an
fully,
M.
Melissa McCarthy.
McCarthy.
I fully did not remember that.
Me too.
She had like multiple lives because she did a bunch of characters just like that in that era that no one remembers that are so different than she like went away for a minute after doing all those, like made a full living, was on all these like sitcoms and stuff so that she was on
Gilmore Girls. She was like
actress.
a recurring character on Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, there were multiple things she was on in that kind of a way. Totally chill. Went away for a couple years after all that kind of ended and came back being like, no, I'm actually this incredible comedian and I haven't been utilized. And then just like dominated in that way. You're like, finally.
Amazing. Yeah.
Finally, they see her for her shine.
I thought you were coming next week, not this week. She was also so
good.
Bitch. Bitch.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
Love that scene.
Love. Shall we keep and kill?
No, but yes.
Okay, Erica, you're first because neither of us are ready emotionally.
Yeah, definitely not
emotionally. Okay, my keep is kind of boring, but it's genuinely probably the only thing in this. That's not true. There are 2 things in this movie that I might wear. But
really? That's it.
Only 2?
I know. I'm like, I could take this girl's wardrobe.
I could take a lot of things.
No.
Okay. Go.
And
oh my God, interesting.
And it's very basic. I can give you the other one that's like my second runner-up for keep.
Yeah.
But my first one is Drew Barrymore's black off-the-shoulder gown when they go to the party.
Gorgeous.
I call it her Titanic gown.
It's
that
beautiful.
Kind of
it has that like drippy beading. Yeah, it just had like the dripping beading and like the off-the-shoulder. And with her orange hair, I want orange hair now.
Yeah.
Cute,
so yeah,
cute.
The runner-up like was just a little like Chinese fabric dress that Lucy Liu was wearing when she was giving him the guy massage.
I love that dress. I love the robes that the other girls are wearing too. But especially with like the wigs and makeup, which I know is a little racist seeming, but
I had questions. I was like, that wouldn't really fly in 2021 if they were making this movie again.
Yeah.
Especially because
I still feel like
that's too.
Yeah,
I think it would have been okay, but I think because they were playing turning Japanese in the background, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, I'll do my keep next, and my keep. I'm so sorry that I'm being an asshole, but I am. My keep is I cannot pick between the like dancing in her underwear look that Cameron Diaz has in the beginning. Although I'm like, if I'm going to keep something, that's not really high value. But
yeah, you need a full outdoors look.
Yeah, it's just like a whatever. I just like it, so I guess.
Okay, but I like that you like that.
Any of the fucking ones I called out, it is iconic, and that's kind of what I like about it. The vibe of it. Or any of the Asian spa looks was one of my others. Okay, I'm just being rude now. I really can't pick.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'll just cut all that. The one I think I will take with me, I don't know, because the other one I want to take with me is Drew Barrymore's beach look. But I'm like, also I could literally just buy that for $2.
Truly,
anywhere in Hawaii.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's so cute. And if you do the hair and makeup with it, like, oh my God, it's so cute.
The blue top that's tied and then the blue shorts.
It's
that
no.
one? Oh, not
That's
the very
Cameron
last.
Diaz.
This one.
Wait, shit. Who did you
I
say?
said Drew
Oh,
Barrymore.
okay, Drew Barrymore.
This one.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
I
but
know, so
honestly,
cute.
value-wise, if I had to actually pick one to keep, it would be probably the Cars jumpsuit.
Yes.
Because like that's fucking rad. I just had already mentioned it, so I didn't want to say it. But my asterisk second that I really wanted to say, this is the longest I've ever said. The official one is the car, but the second one that would have been is Vivian, the villain's latex fucking jumpsuit, because I love it and it looks like it's actually latex. I watched so closely this time.
Yeah.
What?
Except I want the opposite cut. I want the long sleeves and the short bottom instead of long pants and short no sleeves.
This is in the last fight scene,
The
right?
very last fight
Yeah.
scene.
With
Everyone's wearing
Cameron.
all black. Every single person is wearing all black, and you're like,
And
that's
hers
not
is
confusing.
latex?
Hers, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, because I thought it was leather too, but the way that it sticks to
Yeah.
her skin, it
the
looks
more
more
that
like
you pay
it's
attention,
latex. Yeah.
the more you're like,
But
wait a second.
Yeah. Because she does wear like leather, I think, before.
You
Oh,
are
she wears leather
correct.
like 6
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I'm looking at
so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I love that look.
So I want it because it's latex, but I truly want the opposite cut. Give it to me something short with a long sleeve instead of vice versa. Also, imagine getting your legs. All three of us now, for those who don't know, which is everyone, have tried to put on latex things at this point in our lives. And we're texting each other like, what the actual fuck? This is impossible. Imagine putting... Already the hardest thing for me to put into clothing is my thighs. Imagine that in latex. Like your
Well-
whole entire thigh, crotch all the way up, you know? Like,
Yep. It's, you need
how?
6 hands.
Literally, how?
You
Well-
have a team. Yeah.
She did have a team,
And that's
Latex
how.
team. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah.
but yeah.
You know, my latex team.
My
I
text
was-
team.
I've still been unable to get mine fully right.
Yeah.
Just
Listen, I'm not
Same.
surprised.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I think the reason the latex I tried on that was the hardest was a long glove, like full fingered, long up to the
Because your
arm.
hands are out of commission.
Yeah, up to your like shoulder glove.
Yeah.
But I think the reason that was so hard is because it was Elma's, and it was also too small for Elma. Do you look to my side? She is smaller than me. And I think
so
that's why it
small.
was actually quite impossible. The two of us together.
when you put your
Got it on,
hand
though. Like-
kind of far into it, does the hand get kind of inflated?
A
Of
little
course.
bit, yeah. And then
Of
you have to
course.
squeeze the air out. And then when you take everything off, your hands are numb.
My hands went numb within a few minutes of wearing it, and I did a whole photo shoot with actually numb hands, both hands. When I had to press the button on the camera to take a picture, I was
Can't tell.
guessing and just using force from my wrist,
Oh my
and it worked.
god, that's horrifying.
My hand, this is like an extra small glove on like a normal size. I think like a pretty medium size female hand is my
Yeah.
size. I don't have small hands, but I don't have big hands. I feel like they're average.
I actually have like longer fingers than you even.
Oh,
and
well, yeah, I guess
it was-
Elma's hands.
But it was the wrong size gloves, even for me.
Dude,
Well, at least
Okay,
so much fun.
at least the thigh highs I got have a little hole in the bottom of the foot for air to go.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, smart.
I feel like the hard part about the thigh highs is the top part. It's like you get the bottom part in, and that's the easier part. It's the last bit. For the gloves, it's like getting anything in at the start is
Yeah,
the
the
hardest
start,
part.
'cause
Getting
the
anything
fingertips.
to just
Well,
get
actually,
on.
getting it over your heel is a challenge.
Is that really
really
by yourself?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have realized.
I
because
wouldn't
it
have
just
realized.
it just rubs on it and wants to not move.
Friction is just. Oh my god.
And I'm like,
Okay.
how much fucking dry shampoo can I spray on my feet today? The answer is the limit does not
A whole
exist.
half a
bottle.
can.
Yeah.
Just for anyone who's listening who wants a visual on this, I have a clip of Elma and I trying to get. I have like 4 clips trying to get the gloves in my hand, and I was gonna put them as a reel on my Instagram. That's at Alana Fickus. So go check it out. Maybe I'll share it or I'll post it on our Dress to Kill with this audio or something.
Latex tutorials
Because dude,
coming.
it's a whole thing.
Oh
I
my
hope you can
God.
relate it.
People need tutorials on this stuff. I thought it was like
Yes.
you just
Yeah.
put it on. Like, actually, no.
Oh no, it is it's harder. I'm a crafty girl, and this is one of the more difficult things I've done in my life. Yeah.
My whole life.
If any of you can relate, any human out there listening or have a fun story, we want to hear your fun latex stories. Please DM us on our Instagram at
Yeah.
Dressed to
Applying
Kill.
to
We would love-
college, getting my first job, moving to New York, getting into Parsons. No. Putting on
No.
latex
on
thigh high.
any amount of latex. Yeah. Okay, Elu, keep.
Okay. Surprise, surprise. My keep is also the mechanics outfits.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of didn't want to say that one just so we could talk about like a different
That's
look.
exactly why I was trying to avoid it, because there are so many looks, but whatever.
So if I had to pick a second one, Drew Barrymore's blue sequin dream sequence dancing outfit.
Oh.
The dress.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
No,
Wait,
I love
Cameron Diaz's?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
In the
beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, in the beginning. Because I looked at it and I was like, oh, I remember loving this when I was a kid. Like, I probably wanted to make that dress. And then I'm like, okay, less now. Like, you can see, like, the stuff that connects the plunge line and stuff. But I still think it looks great on her.
It does. And it's a very Y2K vibe.
Right?
Yeah, it definitely fits the vibe. I am not into it. And I would maybe do something different because I feel like it's like not, it doesn't stand out, like it doesn't give me anything more than the concept of the dream sequence already is how I feel. But this is personal, like you guys got your opinions, and that's
this is
just
really
one girl,
personal.
no worries.
AKA
I don't mean it to come off cruel, but
I feel like
so cruel.
Yeah, I mean
it's
it's nothing special now, but
yeah,
people wore that shit to prom back in the year 2000. Like it was,
I hear you.
The look.
I think I wanted to wear it to prom when I was a kid.
Like even if she just had like elbow length gloves on or something, it would be more a cool costume for the moment. I think like this is a dream sequence.
Yeah, but I think it feels pretty
performing.
like 70s Bob Mackie plunge front halter,
sure,
and a little bit fluid. So
yeah, they were trying a lot in the movie to pull 70s references.
Yeah,
to tie it into the old.
They mostly did
but
really
keeping
well.
it modern still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Y2K modern.
Yeah.
Like Soul Train was Soul Train a popular thing in the year 2000? I do not remember it being
not
popular.
really in 2000.
It was starting to fade, but it did continue till the late 90s. But it wasn't like what it was in the 70s. And I watched
Did it exist in 2000 though?
I feel like maybe till 1999, or like I don't know if it actually, or maybe like 2001. But I don't
Space
know.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
A dance odyssey.
But I watched so much Soul Train last year since quarantine started. So I was
How
like,
did you?
What?
on YouTube?
Oh,
On YouTube.
I'm glad you had the same face as me, Erica. I was looking at Elmo with this face, and I looked over, and you had the same face. I'm like, thank you. I'm so glad I'm not alone.
So I love that. I love
Very
all of
cool.
that shit. But yeah, it's definitely not. When the movie came out, it wasn't like a thing so much.
Yeah.
Before we skip past this outfit, I have to mention in the scene the male dancers. I paid heavy attention this time. I have never noticed this before. When she first comes out, you don't see her yet. There's a reveal where you see two men's backs and they open up and she comes through. They are the Night at the Roxbury outfits.
Yes!
Yeah. They read kind of black, but they are actually the Night at the Roxbury outfits.
100%.
Literally, yeah.
Elma, did you know that's what right before we started recording, I was looking at a picture and I was like, what the hell?
Yes, and then I was like, "Oh, you looked," and then I thought the same thing. I was like,
"That's the one you thought too?"
But I knew exactly where it was from. But yeah, I was like, "That's probably what she noticed."
Yeah.
Why is the Night at the Roxbury in this?
Yeah, we send reference images
100%.
to each other ahead of time for the outfits, and there are a few that are like, "What?" in the packs we were sending. At least a few I sent. So when Erica caught them, we're like, "Don't talk till we record."
Yeah, but this is straight up Easter egg of the Night at the Roxbury dudes are there.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fully.
And that scene, that whole choreography, I remember loving so much. Like the
super
hustle
70s
style.
choreography and like picking her up like the lady gets lifted.
Yeah, I think that whole thing.
It's like Gentlemen
all of
Prefer
it.
Blondes, or no, Diamonds Are Girls' Best Friend mixed with
The
70s.
hustle. Yeah.
Yeah, mixed with a Cher show, but like with more dancing.
Yeah, and I think that's why I also love the outfit, because it's just that scene had so much impact on me.
Such a fantastic scene.
Such a good scene.
Love.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, shall we kill?
Yeah.
Let's try. Okay, go, Erica.
My kill is an outfit that Drew Barrymore wears when she...
Oh, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
When she is at the bad guy's house before she knows he's bad.
Okay.
The black
It looks like a
ninja?
jumpsuit, but it's a top and bottom.
It's a
with
top
the silver
and
belt.
bottom with like a rope belt. It's a rope
Yep.
belt.
Yeah.
And
Is it rope or chain? I thought it was chain.
It looks rope.
Oh, okay. If two of you thought rope, it's got to be rope.
And it's
Okay,
so
continue.
dumb. Boring. It's just so boring. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You had like all the costume possibilities in the world and you made Drew Barrymore wear a nurse uniform with a rope around the waist.
Like a black nurse
Like
uniform.
it's like
but
Scrubs
worse.
with a piece of rope.
Oh, you're right. It's totally rope. And I feel like it's worse than Scrubs because the shirt isn't just straight with a belt. It's like has a little bit of curve. I don't know why that's worse, but it's worse.
It's just it's so boring that it's like forgettable.
Also, the picture
very
you
boring.
got of the screen of her wearing it makes her look like ogre-like big time.
Yeah,
I know. In the key scene too. Oh my god.
Right?
Terrible. Let's move on to more kills. I'm next, I guess. My kills are also kind of a conversation, the way my keep was. I promise I'll be better in future times. These are just rough movies to pick keeping kills on.
No.
There were so many things I wanted to kill.
Yeah.
I remember, and I've seen this movie so many times, being like, this movie has the best fashion. I love it so much. It's so cute. And I think in reality, the fashion that I like in this is great. But the fashion that I don't like in this is disgusting.
There's
reality.
a lot of bad 2000s outfits.
Yeah.
Like every in between scene when they're like in the office.
When they're sitting and talking and like catching up with the now
Bosley
villains.
and then
Yeah.
any of those outfits that Drew Barrymore was wearing, I would kill.
Like mostly Cameron too. Like I have a
yeah,
slew of them, and Drew Barrymore wears like a printed flowery blazer on top of like another printed thing with like a necklace that looks like a printed thing.
Yeah.
All together, like and they're all like green orange pastelly looking.
Pastels, yeah, lots of pastels. Yeah.
But the plus side of that is that it doesn't show very much, is kind of just in the close-ups, and her makeup throughout this and hair is gorgeous. So you're just like, I'm sorry, what's she wearing? All I can see.
Yeah. She looks amazing, but
Exactly. So there are multiple times she wears something like that, and I honestly was like, is she in the same outfit? I don't understand. Everyone else has changed. And no, I think she just wears a similar shit
versions
thing.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there are
Totally.
just
But
so many.
I'm not gonna there's so many.
There's so many.
But I'm not going to pick one of those as my kill because they don't even show that much anyway, even though I would like to also kill them. The kill I have decided that I'm going to choose, and I could also kill all three of their outfits from the... I think most of them in those in those scenes, all three of their outfits could go.
Or they're just sitting around.
A lot of the time.
They're sitting around like recapping with, this is the progress update, you know? But the one of those I'm picking is going to be a Cameron Diaz one, and it's going to be... it should be all three of them. But if I have to pick one, it's Cameron Diaz. It's in their group meeting where she wears like a one shoulder scarf top.
Yes.
Meaning like it turns into a scarf around her neck.
Yeah.
I have to say,
not like it's made out of a scarf.
that was like one of my least hated of all of those sitting around outfits.
Well, that's interesting because I hate it.
I don't like it, but
I wouldn't wear
there are
it,
other
but I
worse
was like,
ones.
oh, that's interesting. And like, I do love like a cashmere scarf over the neck, but I was like, they really did a lot.
actually is like it looks like they just wrapped a scarf on her body. Actually, like
I think it's designed this way in the
but,
way
like,
the
the
2000s
armhole is not
experimented.
finished. Yeah, like
To me, it looks
interesting.
like she's wearing the curtain behind her. She just was like, quickly. It looks like me when I was playing in my mom's curtains as a baby. And I don't think it was cute. That's me.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
like
you're right about all their outfits.
A grayish purple, too, like a
Yeah.
color. And their other outfits in that scene, Lucy Liu, this is the red leather.
Yeah, right.
She is
I
wearing a
don't think I ever
red
noticed the
leather, like almost blazer or jackety with a black something underneath. And Drew Barrymore is wearing another like shit printed-y.
I would kill hers in that scene.
Hers is terrible,
It's
but the
pretty terrible.
thing is, this is as much as you see of hers. So you can't even really identify
You
it.
can't, yeah.
But Cameron's, you see it.
You do.
And that's strictly the reason I'm choosing Cameron Diaz is because all the other ones, maybe they realize in the edit that Drew Barrymore sucks because their close-ups are really close.
Yeah, and she's like half off the screen.
Yeah, like you don't see the outfit really, but you really see Cameron.
I just thought of another
okay.
kill.
Picking it.
Another kill that is so disgusting.
Okay.
But I'll
Well,
wait.
say it as an on.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go
I
first
have
and
another
then-
kill too. I totally forgot. That's the one I have literally written. But okay, do yours and then we'll
do a
on
second round.
mention.
Okay.
Kills.
So my kill is in another one of those scenes, but it's Lucy Liu has a zebra print
That's
t-shirt.
the one that I have written down.
No way.
Also, everyone in this scene I could kill.
Exactly.
Continue,
but like
please,
it's
Lou.
literally a t-shirt that's like too long.
Is it a t-shirt or it looks kind of knit to me, which is also worse.
T-shirt material. I mean, t-shirts are made of knit. I don't. It looks like a t-shirt.
I guess
but
if
yeah,
you say
if it was
t-shirt,
like,
I assume the print is printed on, as compared to if it's
like,
if it's a knit, it's like knit into the thing.
yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, it looks like one of those like
It's
dolman sleeve shirts where it's big up on top, tight around your waist.
Yeah.
Yep.
It also looks like a vagina on her shoulder,
but
like
It does.
a bad rope,
in the
like a bad
zebra,
animal vagina
It's like a
that you don't want.
It sucks. I don't like it.
It sucks.
Also, Cameron Diaz's outfit in this. I mean, Drew's is mostly black, so we don't get details. But Cameron Diaz, it's like a camel-colored blazer that could easily be any terrible texture. But because she earlier wears a leather one, I think it might be leather. I guess it's not the worst thing ever, but especially in the close-ups, it just looks horrible to me. So sorry.
Fair enough. I mean, a lot of those office outfits were pretty bad.
Fair enough. Faucet. We don't like it.
Is it a nude blazer? Because
Yeah.
there is a leather nude blazer that she wears in
Yes,
another
yes.
scene, and I actually
Yep, that's the one.
like
That's
it.
the one I
like
think
it.
Oh,
The Soul Train one? After the Soul Train
it's
scene.
post Soul Train.
Post Soul Train because
PST.
it's leather and it has a little bow in the front. Bink.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
And I don't hate
and for
it.
those reasons, I hate it.
For those reasons, I like it. But
You know what? It's chill.
the coat that Lucy Liu wears in the same scene, which is like a dual tone red taffeta situation,
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
so
no.
horrible. It looks like you got it from Chico's for your grandma. It's so ugly.
but also,
So horrible.
but people wore that in the 2000s. Like you get it now
Did
at
they?
Chico's. You did not get it at Chico's in the 2000s. That material, that's Night at the Roxbury material, but
yes.
red. That was a thing. Yeah.
That
That
was
was
a
a
thing.
coolie.
I just, goddamn, we didn't do it right back then.
Goddamn.
We've evolved.
Listen,
since
we
then.
did good things also. I don't think that material's the worst. I think the idea of putting it into that shape is something I like.
Exactly.
When
I don't
I
like it
see
in a
it-
suit format, or a jacket.
When I see a lot of these outfits, I realize why my mom didn't want to buy me the clothes from Limited 2 that I wanted.
Ooh.
Because now I am
Shade.
an adult and I'm like, yeah, that's ugly as hell. But at the time, I was like, if I don't have that on my body, I'm going to die.
She's looking out for you.
There's the Lucy Liu cutout pants, which
The
are
texture-
bonkers. I don't understand.
Wait, you mean
The zebra pants
Yeah, the
are cut out? I don't understand.
Yeah, they are
it's
cut
like
out. They're
leather
not-
strips.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You think the zebra stripes are cut out?
I don't even think they're zebra stripes.
Let's
I
find
think they're
out.
just obscure cutouts.
Well, okay, I'm using zebra to to be able to reference them. They're not exact in zebra shape, but
Yeah.
they're like striped.
Okay,
jaggedy.
so this is what I think it is. You know, like
Where's
burnout
that one
velvet.
picture?
Yeah.
I think it's on this fabric. I don't think it's.
Yeah. So you burn it out with acid, but then
You do that on
texture
leather or
remains.
what?
So that's what I don't know. I'm like, I didn't know you could do that on leather, but that's what it looks like is burnout.
I tell you, most of the she was wearing these
Or
for a
it's
long
cut out.
time, and I was trying so hard to. They look more like wood grain. That's what we should call them. I was trying so hard to understand what those were throughout this whole scene, and it was impossible the whole time.
They're bonkers. It's
But
So,
also,
yeah.
this picture makes them
Very
look a certain
interesting,
way.
though.
But you should see the other pictures don't. Which
I
makes
have
me
a couple
question
other-
if they're
I have
cut out.
another picture that makes it look like a beautiful like Islamic cursive with like scribbles
yeah.
and dots.
Yeah, like
so I'm
Arabic.
like, okay, what is it? And then I have another picture that makes it look like a log, like a log.
yeah,
the
like
rough
wood
exactly.
grain.
Wood grain.
Totally.
I think these are wood grain pants
Yeah,
now and forever.
Like the crunchy outside of a log. It's very perplexing. But then later,
Right.
when you see what she has under her jacket, it's even more hilarious because we all had that tank top, that halter top in the year 2000. At least I did.
The ones.
Wait, look at this picture. Are they like a version of what is that animal scale?
Alligator?
Alligator?
I don't
Also,
know.
I still don't think they're burnt out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I mean, cut out. I don't think there's
Oh.
skin showing. I think what's showing underneath is maybe it's a different color of the same.
The base material.
Something on the pant,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't.
It's confusing.
I mean,
but this is the top that she has on under it.
Yes.
It is a halter with a metal thing.
I remember.
So I definitely had a couple
Elma
of those.
members.
She member. She go one member.
Okay, we definitely have more honorable mentions, right?
Yes.
Okay, we finished our keeps and kills. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, before we move on further, let me officially say we are having video troubles, so the video is likely to end here, but we will continue with audio, and you can enjoy just a nice selfie of each of our faces as we talk. Okay, continuing on.
Okay.
Other on men's.
I have
please
one I really want to mention. Crispin Glover's first outfit.
I was gonna say it.
Yes.
It's so cool.
So good.
Elma has woken me up to male outfits in movies.
He also, like, as an actor, he's such a good character actor. He's great as creepy thin man.
He's fucking
Epic.
incredible.
I'm like
He's
scared
so good
of
in this.
hair sniffers now.
I'm scared of hair snippers.
But it's a double-breasted suit that he wears buttoned straight down. It's very Avengers 1960s.
It's like dark. It looks like it's black. Is black?
I think it's
I think it's
black.
black.
Yeah.
Because of the light, it's hard to see what it is. It just looks like a suit silhouette-wise. But yeah, double-breasted when you actually can see.
And
so
it's
fucking
tailored perfectly to his
Perfectly.
like lanky body, and he has the cane that
They
he
literally
walks
call him
with.
Thin Man.
Yeah, creepy thin man.
Creepy thin man, yeah.
It looks amazing on him.
It
I
does,
really
and it
liked
looks so appropriate to the character that it's like weird. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's the prettiest thing, but it's like kind of weird, but in a 2000s way, and you're like, of course,
I think
it's perfect.
It's very pretty though. Like it's
Oh,
that English
okay.
dandy style, like
Yeah.
very English dandy.
Absolutely.
For a creep.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
I
love
have an on men, and
Avocado?
I have an avocado. It's just I can't remember the actor's name, but the bad guy.
Tim Curry?
No,
Or Sam Rockwell.
No, Sam Rockwell.
Knox.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
His just last outfit, all black,
Yeah.
with like aviators.
So good.
I was like, I would let that man kill me. He looks
I
good.
know, dude. He's hot.
Especially the way he moves. Baby boy,
Yes.
move on me.
I know. I love that scene with
Yeah,
the
but, like,
Simon Says song.
Black pants, black
so
tank
good.
top, black blazer, the aviators. I was like,
He's been
Looks good.
heavily underused in everything he's ever been in because I've never seen him do a split on camera except for in the like end credits of this
Right?
movie. And he
Crazy.
does a damn split.
Yeah. He's a
That's
great dancer.
impressive.
He's incredible.
He did the he was Bob Fosse, right? In the recent with Michelle.
No wonder. Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Fosse and Verdon. The Michelle. Yeah.
That was kind of like a little slow and sad and
Yeah.
not enough dancing
Right.
and stuff like that. So
But he has it in him. He's,
Sure,
he's
yeah.
totally underutilized.
my
Yeah.
only complaint about that area of the movie, like if we talk about the costume design as a whole, is that I really don't like that they had just everyone in black, everyone in black, everyone in black. Like you can't even tell them apart. They're
specifically
wide
black
shots
leather,
constantly.
even. Like,
Yeah, or latex, which looked like leather in the
Yeah.
fucking same scene,
Yeah.
or like the shiny kind of 90s fabric that looks like leather in the same scene. Like it was like, are you kidding me? Even
agree.
Drew Barrymore wears yellow, but then zips up the whatever black on top of it. Like, can we just?
yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. And those looks, I think, were like or actually they were a little bit different, but the promo shots of them all in the black,
Yeah.
you know, it was very that.
I thought that was
Essence.
because it had the vibe of a Charlie's Angels
Yeah.
that way. So like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't know what the costume design purpose would be other than
Sneaking
not
around,
super well done.
Like, yeah, I mean, yeah. There's so much fun in the rest of it that I could have done more
I
with that.
still think it's great across the board. This is a win from me, costume
Yeah.
design wise. But I don't think it's not like an A++.
I think we can all agree the best costume is Tom Green's Long Johns.
The Chad.
It was the
Chad's Long
Chad.
Johns for sure. Oh, speaking of the
Cute.
Chad,
Yeah.
in my notes, when they're scuba diving, they wore Chad backpacks. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Chad,
Yeah,
who's a guy who went to
Chad.
school with us.
This
from
has unlocked a
Chad-
memory.
Yes, from our high school. But it was
Yeah.
in grade school, I think. He was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And we were in 7th. Had I hope I'm not revealing too much about him. I'm so sorry. All respect. But he had like a very techie looking backpack. He always had new tech stuff right away. And the rest of us were like, this is Hawaii. How do you even get that on this island?
Sharper
Like when we
image.
were young in Hawaii, you couldn't even get shit. So we're like, what? What is this even? He had one of those backpacks that they wear scuba diving.
Yeah.
And when they get out of the water, all three with those backpacks on, I was just like, the
I
Chad.
know, dude.
I didn't see it.
I
man.
always remembered that as a Chad moment.
Yeah, we always call it the Chad backpack. Whenever I saw someone wearing it, I'd be like, oh, you're wearing a Chad.
It's that hard
Great.
shell with the scoop. Yeah.
You know the backpack, right, Erica?
Yes, it unlocked a memory
Yes.
as soon as you said it. I was like,
Of course. All right. Well, other on men's, y'all?
I mean, Vivian wears a lot of cool outfits in
I
terms
don't
of
know.
like, okay, so she has this office outfit that she's wearing like a gray blazer and a drapey white blouse.
I have a picture of the blouse.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
Oh, this is the first. So normally when we do 2000s movies, you and I tend to have different opinions on like older movies and stuff. But when we do 2000s movies, usually we agree a bit more. Like Spice World and stuff, we were like on the same page.
Yeah.
I have been disagreeing a lot on this, and it's shocking to me. I feel like I'm learning a new dimension to your taste.
I'm
okay,
multifaceted, babe. But the thing about that, the connection that I have with the Vivian outfits is, I watched this movie a lot with my mom, and it was so like kind of like a bonding thing for like she loved Charlie's Angels, the old stuff. Aww. And so every time she would always like say, oh, she loves Vivian's outfits, she's like, so like that strong
go Viv,
like 90s office executive or 2000s like lady style was very much my mom's vibe. And like the black latex thing, like I don't know that she knew that was latex, but that was like one of her favorite outfits.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, latex mama.
And like the scene where she shoots or he shoots Drew Barrymore out the window, like that scene, I think she's wearing like a dress. It's very, I could see my mom wearing that.
He shoots. Oh
yeah.
yes.
It's like a calf length black tank dress.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
With the hair, the updo and stuff.
Yeah.
I love your mom, but I don't love any of these outfits. These are all on my like potential kill list. Like the length of that dress and the cut of the top of it and the makeup wearing the.
It's her hair.
I mean, it's very
and the shoes.
It's just the cut of the hair. It's
the cut of the hair.
Oh, that hair of the bangs. Yeah,
and was
and like a little like layered wild. Flick.
Yeah.
Did you say Rachel Gone Wild?
It was the Rachel Gone Wild. It was the evolution into the 2000s of the Rachel. You know the Rachel?
Yeah.
Do we disagree? I feel like it looks exactly like the Rachel, but it's the new version that sucked.
It's like
the 2000s.
Larry. One of the
2000s Larry.
Tattoo.
Larry.
The band Tattoo.
What? Oh yeah.
Yes.
One of them straight up had that hair. So.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah,
but yeah, sure.
I also don't remember that, but
yes, that.
Y'all have other on men's? Because I got one.
Go for it.
Okay, so in the beginning, they're doing like montage of the girls in different looks from like past things they've done together, like people they've conquered and won the world safety, whatever. And they're cutting through, and I never noticed it before, but there's a moment, and this movie is before Harry Potter. So there's this moment where Drew Barrymore is wearing, I swear to God, Harry Potter's outfit. It's just one little cut clip. I have sent an image to you guys, my girls. This movie came out before Harry Potter, as I just said. It is Harry Potter.
They modeled it after Drew Barrymore.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like.
I just had to mention because it's quite important.
You guys should put that. You guys should put that on your Instagram because it's truly like I laughed so hard when I found it.
Who did it better? Who wore it better?
Yeah.
Do that.
Drew Barrymore, Daniel Radcliffe.
We could do a poll and say which one is Daniel Radcliffe. And I bet some people would be like, this one? Or which one is actually Harry Potter?
Yeah, which one's Harry Potter, exactly.
Do the other picture of Daniel Radcliffe when he's like really strung out in the back of a cab and it'll just be extra perplexing.
We'll do the one with the pumpkin juice spilling out of his mouth like
when he's smiling at Cho. Yeah, like that.
He's like, Cho.
I don't know this
Erica
reference.
and Alana here are the big Harry Potter fans. We've seen it a million times. So sorry, Elma, to subject you to fandom at the moment.
I was gonna say if you guys
our other upcoming podcast.
I was gonna say if you guys ever do Harry Potter, I have to be a guest, and I was like, we'd just be talking about robes, like,
dude.
All the same robes.
We'd be like, excuse me, his dress robes are like from the 70s. Gross. Deep cuts, deep cuts.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm
It's
actually
Ron, right?
crying. Oh, it's Ron.
I know that.
But you know it because you are looking at the clothes. That's the reason you know it. Erica,
Okay.
we should do a spin-off podcast that's just Harry Potter talking about
Please.
Harry Potter. That's it.
I would
The
do
girls
that in
on
a
Harry Potter.
heartbeat.
Anybody got an idea for a good name? We're ready for it.
Okay, there's one thing I want to mention. I remember when the movie came out, I think there was like a maybe 17 magazine or one of those like teenage girl magazines that we used to read where it interviewed each of them. And I remember Lucy Liu was saying how she was heavily underpaid, like severely underpaid, and was like, this is not cool because I had like she had to do less training for like a lot of the fight choreography because she already had some skills.
Oh, really?
And so she's like, I was, you know,
I brought more to the table, baby.
In some certain senses. I know like Drew Barrymore had producing credits, I think, and
She
stuff.
produced it.
Right.
Like Flower Films, her production company, made
it's
this
her.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason it happened is because she was pitching and trying to get it made.
I read that. Really cool. So she got paid $1 million for her role as Lucy Liu, as Alex, whereas the other girls got paid between like 8 and 12 million.
Oh
or like
my God.
maybe like between 6 and 12 million or something.
That is insane.
Insane.
What about the sequel?
Yeah.
So in the sequel, I think in the sequel, Cameron Diaz made up to like 20 million for that film, and Lucy Liu made 5.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fucked
That's
up.
so
I wonder
awful.
what they paid.
I mean, their excuses, or not excuses, but like
Reason.
Cameron Diaz already had like a bunch of popular movies
Cameron
out.
Diaz was a more famous
she
actress,
was more
like
famous.
a bigger get, so she should have been paid more, I think. However, how much more?
Yeah. And then Lucy Liu wasn't like an unknown. I mean, clearly not. She was probably the most famous Asian actress at the time. She was in
For sure. She's still one of the most famous Asian actresses.
Yeah, still. And you know, not Rush Hour, but maybe Shanghai Noon or something. One of those with Jackie Chan. She was in. Yeah, I think it was.
She was also in Kill
famous
Bill.
when this
Wasn't
came
she
out.
in Kill Bill?
She got that role after this. From this movie, basically. But
When
she
the-
got paid like $5.5 million for that, so it was like a little bit of a bump up. But I mean, that's still more than what she got paid for like both.
Kill Bill, I think, also may have had a smaller budget than this movie overall.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
think so.
at the time it was a smaller. Anyway, regardless of separate movies, she would have, I think, based on my memory of the time and her fame and all this, like she was a name. Everyone knew Lucy Liu, who that was. So it's not like she was not famous.
Yeah.
She would have gotten paid the least out of the three of them.
Yeah.
But that's a significant.
Yeah.
I don't know how normal that was at the time. I mean, clearly it was normal if you're female or if you're Asian or any other unique quality to just be neglected and paid poorly. Like we know that now, but I don't know if it was normal for someone who is that close to being famous but still less famous to have that much of a price discrepancy in their pay.
Yeah.
God. And then to
Kind
have
of
Bill
huge.
Murray
Yeah.
shitting on her the whole time, I would have been like, this was a terrible
I know.
experience.
Like fuck you, dude. I
Yeah.
want to know what in the sequel, what I cannot think of her name right now. Demi Moore. What Demi Moore got paid?
Ooh, good question.
Because she was very famous, but also kind of fading out, like not really a headliner quite anymore.
Yeah.
But still a big payday because she had been such a,
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting.
Okay.
But she was not in it as
Interesting.
much as the other two, was she?
No, but
Well, kind of.
she's the villain, the lead
Yeah,
villain.
she is.
But
But
yeah,
I don't think she has
but I
much
wonder.
screen time.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I wonder exactly. Less screen time for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
And I mean, these three girls equally had the equal amount of screen time.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
It's really I was offended on her behalf.
I want to know if that's normal. Like, not that it was okay, but that's going to change my level of offendedness because the amount of famous someone was can be a big discrepancy in pay.
Yeah.
She was famous, but everyone in the movie was famous. Like Vivian was maybe the least famous, or
For
like
sure.
lady
Yeah.
Yeah.
bad girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Because if you look at, because I think a lot of times how this type of thing is calculated, I mean, it's not an exact science by any means, but like past movies that Cameron Diaz made that she both headlined and how much they pulled in box office are huge. And no offense, but Lucy Liu did not have that kind of pull.
No.
Absolutely. And also Drew Barrymore did have that kind of pull and produced the film, et cetera, et cetera. So like her payday is totally separate because I don't know if she got paid separately as a producer or if they're coming in together. Like we can't rely on her. So like there would be a big difference between Cameron and her. but I don't know. That's a huge difference.
It's a huge difference. Yeah. The one Bond connection is Vic Armstrong, who is the stunt coordinator on this, also works on like most of the Bond movies currently.
That's cool.
So for you Bond fans,
There were some
there's your
good
connection.
stunts. Yeah.
Yes, the stunts were incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same team that did Crouching Tiger and Matrix.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall feelings about this movie. I fucking love it. Obviously, it's one of my favorite movies. I love that it's like playful comedy and about females, female run. And that was why Drew Barrymore came into even filmmaking, was needing better women's roles, wanting to push women on screen and making money, having women-led films make money and proving that. She created Flower Films, which is her production company. And I love that. I love that she did that. I love all the things. Yeah. And so I feel like this film is even bigger and more important than we realize when watching it. Like it's it definitely is the reason a lot of other roles for women got greenlit.
Yeah, like female-led action movies became a more popular thing because of this, I think. Yeah.
So I think it's groundbreaking beyond just what we've seen of it. And that's my whole view. Erica, do you have a final on it?
No, I mean, I just agree. It was so iconic to us when it came out. It was like I said, we listened to the soundtrack constantly. We made spy short films with the soundtrack as the soundtrack of our movies. Yeah, it's great.
Hugely impactful.
Yeah. I know. Hugely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you love this movie as much as us. And if you didn't, we also want to hear about that. Let us know your thoughts at our Instagram. You can
Make it
DM
personal.
us or comment on our posts. Make it personal. Be nice, be mean. Please don't be irrationally mean, but if you have constructive criticism, sure. At Dressed to Kill Pod. Also at Dressed to Kill Pod, you can see images of our outfits that we chose and like Harry Potter, Drew Barrymore and stuff like that. So please come on by.
That one's just going to be its own post.
That's going to be its own post.
It's
you can also reach us on our Twitter at DTKPOD. We love you. And Erica, where can they find you?
Oh, God. I have an Instagram.
Share it, baby girl. Share it.
It's AirieBerry87.
Perfect. And it's wonderful. And Erica's starting to get into I don't know if this is accurate, but I'm noticing you have more like designs coming out at this point in school. Less theory, more literal.
Yeah, it's becoming much more literal. I'm trying to document it more and like create like a highlight of my work and stuff like that.
Love the process.
So, I was just gonna say, I'm loving it when you post those. Please keep them on the feed. Love, love, love.
Too. Yeah.
So cool. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Erica.
Yeah.
Always so fun.
And bye-bye.
And bye-bye.